Matthew 6:16, God tells us, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, whether neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through or steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?" God makes a couple statements for us here, but one of the statements they makes is, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Now, it's important that we read this passage in context, because where our heart is directly related to where our treasure is. But where our treasure is directly related to the light of our eyes. God makes the statement, "The light of the body is the eye." You say, what does that mean? What we focus on is what we're going to get. What you and I focus on in our life is what we are going to get. You focus on something enough, you obsess over something enough, you will receive that which you're obsessing over. And that goes right in line with the teaching here in verse number 21. Where our treasure is, there our heart is going to be also. And he makes this statement about our whole body. If our focus is on the wrong thing, then our whole body will be full of the wrong thing. I think it's a wonderful truth here. What you focus on will be what you receive. And the challenge that we see here in Scripture is that we be singular, or that we be committed to that which we have in our focus. May I say this to you today, Christian? Our focus should not constantly be shifting back and forth. So many Christians, parents, teenagers, husbands, wives, they focus on something for a little while, and then just after a little while, their focus goes to something else. They shift their focus. May I say to you today, dear Christian, especially parents, your focus should not constantly be shifting back and forth. Focus on yourself and then focus on the things of the Lord. Focus on your secular career and then focus on the things of the Lord. Focus on your family and then focus on the things of the Lord. No, our focus should remain consistent. Our eye must be single, if you will. You know, God warns us in Proverbs about the danger of being an unstable man. The dangers of instability. You know, an unstable focus is a dangerous thing. I remember as a young man, I was hunting and I pulled a gun up and I had my eye on a deer and I was getting ready to take the shot, but I was moving around back and forth, and I pulled that gun up and I put the scope right up against my eye, and because I was moving and I wasn't stable and I didn't have the right hold on it, boom, I pulled that trigger and I just about got knocked out. That scope came back and cracked me in the brow of the eye. Boy, it was a dangerous thing. What was wrong? I was unstable. And may I say to you today, dear Christian, especially you parents, an unstable focus in your home is a dangerous thing. By the way, a poor focus is a dangerous thing. You let someone get out on the road who doesn't have their prescription eyeglasses and they can't see the signs and they can't see the lights and they can't see the lines. That's a dangerous thing. A poor focus is a dangerous thing. You and I, we need to be stable in our focus. We need to be completely focused on serving the Lord and being more like Him day by day in our homes. We need to focus on pleasing Him with our lives. Yes, we ought to teach our young people to get an education. Yes, we ought to teach them good social skills. But there is nothing more important that we could train our young people to be than to be Christians, to walk with God. I wonder today, Christian, what is your focus on? One of the best things I ever learned in life, my pastor told me just before I got married, he made this statement: you will not get what you want. You will get in life what you emphasize. You will get what you emphasize. I think so often in our homes we get frustrated because maybe a husband or a wife, we're trying to help our spouse to a different stage spiritually, or we're trying to help them grow spiritually, and we talk and we talk and we talk, but then our focus is on something else. We'll try to raise our kids to please the Lord and live for God, but then what we emphasize is something different. I know many a Christian, they teach their children about the Bible, and they tell their children to read the Bible, and they tell their children to go to church, but then they'll sit at home on the television for 5 hours in the evening and emphasize worldly living and emphasize carnality and emphasize the worldly lifestyle. Yes, we're teaching, but then we're emphasizing something different. I can take to a family right now. They were once involved in their church. They were once zealously serving in their church, and their boys' football season came around. Now, they told their son that church was important. They told their son that God was real and that we needed to serve him. We needed to be more like him. But then every time there was a football practice or a football game, the first thing they dropped was church. Now, they were teaching one thing, but they were emphasizing another. May I say to you today, parents, you will not get what you want. You will get what you emphasize. Be careful that you're not emphasizing something different than what you want. May I say to you today, dear Christian, you will get what you emphasize. What is it that you desire? Is there anything you desire for God? You say, I just want to live a holy and pure life. Then I'd recommend you stay away from worldly entertainment. I'd recommend you stay away from worldly friendships. I'd recommend you stay away from worldly situations. You're not going to get what you want. You're going to get what you emphasize. And by the way, that's why God challenges us here to put our treasure or our time and our effort into the right thing. Because whatever we focus on, that's what we're going to be. I want to encourage you today. You do not get what you want, but you will get what you emphasize. What are you emphasizing in your life today? What are you emphasizing in your marriage today? What are you emphasizing in your home today? I pray this has been a help and an encouragement. We love you, folks. We'll see you tonight at 7.